Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Final segment with our guest, the great folks from the Mohave County Minutemen and Mohave County Oathkeepers. This is just like an army massing on your border. In 1939, the Germans began to mass on the Polish border. The Poles said, "Why are you going to attack us?" Hitler said, "I'm not going to attack." Then Hitler staged a terror attack against his own military base on the Polish border. Gleiwitz blamed it on the Poles and invaded. That's now declassified in public. And just all these years, secret military operations, paying off county commissioners, paying off mayors, the army coming with satchels, in some cases up to $1 million, buying off mayors. And I went, why would the army be doing that? And I found out they'd done that in third world countries, mainly Latin America and Middle East and Africa, before they would overall take them over. And so and then I talked to military people, got declassified documents, talked to congressmen, talked to JAG officers, retired judge advocate generals, agreeing with me that this was preparation for martial law. And now suddenly troops all over, open announcements, we were right. It's totally criminal. But they're going to do acclamation drills that look reasonable. Oh, we're helping search people going in the football stadium. Oh, we're helping with the Kentucky Derby. Oh, we're helping on the subways. Oh, we're helping in your small town. Oh, the Army is helping the local police. Oh, they're helping the local high school. Oh, they're helping the local charity. And the local green assessment group in Austin that's going to control the carbon system. It's a former Black Ops commander from the Army runs Austin, and he said, this is our mission in Austin. I mean, they're everywhere. They are taking over America. And the higher-ups know what they're doing. The low levels don't. In closing comments, Luca and Bridget.
Okay, I want to say one thing. First of all, I have no problem to say my first and last name. All I wanted to spell it out right. My name is Luca Zanna. Z as zebra, A as America, N as Nancy, Nancy America. Because the best thing we can do here, let them know that we are not afraid. Okay, we are not afraid. We're going to expose them. Because if we feel like we're going to, if they think that the way afraid is like a dog, he nip you in the butt, that's going to go for the trot. We're going to go all the way. And so much that we're going to make more reports, and we need to try to inform everybody, sheriff of the county. I already spoke yesterday with the sheriff. I'm going tomorrow to speak with the mayor. We need to be on the public, online, or on
What did the sheriff say to you, Luca?
Well, the sheriff is a nice man. I must admit that he's a good guy. We have a good report. But now it's not what he says, it's what he's going to do. Because, he said pretty much he agrees with me. I asked him about if he has anything missing parts about the exception in the Posti Comitatus, why the National Guard could be used. And
we have to point out, just like they used Marines at the mass shooting in Alabama, we have to point out that this is wrong, or they'll set the precedent it's right. And I agree with you. We got to go to city councils everywhere preemptively. Because notice all these mayors are saying they want martial law. Arkansas, New York, it's happening.
I ask a favor to all the info warriors. This is somehow we need to help each other, and we need to call the National Guard office here because they hang up on us, and that's not right. Bridget, give the phone number.
Alex, can I give the number because it's just shocking how I was treated. Can I give that number out?
Yes, give their number and say you may be ignorant and not know you're engaged in treason and an acclamation operation, but be polite, but say we are going to stand for the Republic. Yes, give out.
Exactly, because that's exactly what was going on. The number is 928-773-3161.
Give it again.
928-773-3161. That's the Kingman, Arizona National Guard.
And folks should call Camp Mabry. I know they're involved in all sorts of black ops here in town. I've got that confirmed. And let them know we know what they're doing. We're not stupid.
Exactly.
And you know what, Alex? One last thing. That is so important. I hate to say this, but we were kind of stupid until about 4 years ago, until we found you. And I know everybody says this, but you kind of saved our lives. We've completely changed our lives in the last 4 years. And these people, like the woman who answers the phone at the National Guard, she was shocked to hear a citizen calling and using the words like Posse Comitatus. People need to do it.
Let me say body on the other side, and we're going to go to Dr. Stan Monteith. We'll go ahead and get him online now. Stay with us.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I was just listening to the ad that ran. It's a local, so a lot of stations probably didn't hear it, but it's the eFoods Direct ad that I cut a year and a half ago. And I said, will you have storable foods, or will you be forced to go to the inoculation centers? Now, how did I make an ad a year and a half ago saying they would be trying to forcibly inoculate you with inoculation centers, now being announced, now as they ease it out there? Because we got the secret FEMA training manuals 3 years ago, a year and a half before it was declassified, of the tens of thousands of clergy being secretly hired by FEMA. And the training manual said, tell them it's of God to turn your guns in. It's of God to go to the FEMA camp and be inoculated, to submit. It's of God to do all of this. And so we then knew that was one of their main battle plans. Then in January, we saw them telling local police, get ready for martial law, the flu's coming. That's why we knew when January rolled into April, and then it came out, we knew it was level 6 3 months before it became mainstream news. And we've warned so many people about what's happening that it's going to be hard for the globalists to carry this out. We're going to go to Dr. Stan Monteith in one moment, but finishing up with Luca and Bridget from Mohave County Minutemen and Mohave County Oathkeepers. Final comments from both of you.
Alex, I want to say one thing. We need to be proactive, as you know, as you say. Information is the first weapon, and then we need also start to make this information active in the community. Otherwise, if we keep it for ourselves, it's not the only thing. One important thing we're doing this Saturday and Sunday, and this is part of the knowledge we must know. We have Apple Seed coming in Kingman. It's free class of clinic, how to become a rifleman for women and for teenagers till 21, and also for all the people in active duty. Please come. I will post the information on MohaveMinutemen.com, because this is not the way we're going to somehow prepare for what's coming. We need to know the information, but also we need to know the skills that our founder's father had.
And
pray for the best, but hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Exactly.
Exactly. And just what for me is just like Lucas said, I'm going to do Appleseed. We're aware. We open our mouths. We ask questions. We're not afraid. We learn to shoot. We don't shut up. We're learning everything we can. We're spreading the word. And if the New World Order thinks that they're going to be able to take us over without a fight, I think they miscalculated that there's too many people just like us from coast to coast. They're going to have a big fat fight on their hands if they want to.
Well, they're going to stage events, though. They're going to kill their own troops and blame it on us. They're going to bomb federal buildings and blame it on us. We're going into a very dark time. But remember, we know they did it, just like Hitler with Gleiwitz and Reichstag. We know they're staging the events. We know they've released the flu. We know they're staging all of this. This is only another big drill, in my opinion. God bless you. We'll continue to check in with you as things develop. Take care of yourselves.
We love you, Alex.
We love you, Alex.
We love you taking action as well. And folks, go to city councils, go to county commissioners. I remember in 1999, the SWAT team came in and threatened me at a county commissioners meeting not to speak. It was on video, on TV. I said, I'm going to speak. Then after the SWAT team commander, it was in the same county commissioner building, asked me, was actually across the street. He said, please come to my office. And he said, look, I'm a Vietnam vet. There's not going to be troops in Austin. There's no martial law coming. He said, I would never allow that. Lieutenant Beck. They later got mad at him and ran him out because he said things like this. And I said, listen to me. They're paying off police chiefs. And I gave him videos of it. Police chiefs I interviewed, they tried to pay off. San Antonio police chief. And I said, Delta Force will visit you. They're visiting all the major cities now. Austin was about 700,000 people then. I said, they're going to come to you soon. He laughed at me. A couple months later, he calls up and says, can you come to my office? He goes, here's Delta Force's card. He said, everything you said is true. Tell me more. And then he said, how do you know all this being so young? So I was like 24 or something. I don't remember how old I was. Yeah, about 24, 25. I looked really young, and he said, who are you with? Are you with the government? Is this a thing in the government fighting each other? And I said, no, I'm with the American people. I mean, they just can't believe that citizens would be involved and informed in running counterintelligence against this global corporate takeover. Look, somebody's got to do it. I never claimed to have all the answers or be the best at this. We're just a ragtag group going toe-to-toe with the New World Order and their psyops. But if you just start understanding everything they say is the opposite, everything they say is a lie or a distortion. I've got mainstream news we're going to cover with Dr. Monteith admitting that they chose a plastic of thousands of plastic formulas for worldwide adoption in the 60s that sterilizes the men. The White House science czar admits they're putting this stuff in the water that they want. I mean, folks, the military and the police, I'm not your enemy. I don't have some macho head-up thing of fantasy of having war with you. I hate what you do, though. I hate your ignorance. I hate your denial. I just wish you'd research. This is important. This is real.